Hi traders, welcome to Profiling to Profit. The week ahead in futures, it is July 22nd, 2016. It's Friday, just after the close. Wanted to get a video out to you so you could look at it over the weekend. Pretty boring week this week. Low volumes. We keep making new highs. However, what we have on tap this coming week could produce some changes. Hopefully a little bit more volatility comes into the market, so let's go ahead and take a look here. Let's start here with the news out of the US next week, starting on the 25th through the 29th. We do have the big news next week is going to be the FOMC announcement. The meeting starts on Tuesday the 26th, and of course the announcement is in the afternoon on Wednesday, July 27th. Now, after that, we do have a couple speakers, John Williams, Rob Kaplan later in the week. Those may not be big market movers, but just be aware of them. Other than that, no big, huge news coming out in the U.S. Now, overseas, we do have quite a bit. So, again, if you are a Forex trader, and even if you trade the indexes, these can have some implications onto those products. So starting with, let's hit over to Monday, excuse me, let's go down a little bit. Of course, we have the consumer price index out of Australia on Wednesday the 27th, which is red news. Again, we have the monetary policy statement on Wednesday here in the U.S. Now this one here is interesting. We have the Bank of Japan press conference on Thursday the 28th. You yen traders definitely need to pay attention to that one. And then lastly, the Bank of Japan is going to have an interest rate decision on Friday. Obviously, it plays in the hand with that address, so keep an eye on that. And I thought there was one other thing. Oh yes, the European Union has unemployment rate along with CPI coming out on Friday. So lots of news overseas. Keep an eye on those. Other than that, let's get started with the markets. Last week, not this week, but the week prior, we saw a very balanced week with a close, pretty hard close. In the Friday, we thought maybe this was a chance that this would pull back into our zone. Now we had a zone a little bit further down. We actually lifted this zone. Now price did break up, made new highs here, and it just keeps wanting to go up and up and up. Every pullback is being bought here. So right now there's no reason to be short. However, we do have a poor high up here. I would qualify as a poor high. Looking for that to get cleaned up. Now, whether they clean that up and roll it over, that doesn't matter to us. Getting short in here is you're bucking the trend pretty hard in here. These guys are still buying it. Now, it is up on lowest volumes that we've seen in a long time, but that doesn't mean anything. They can continue to ratchet this thing up as far as they want to. We're looking at a zone here to hold. We believe that they will come back and visit this zone from 4,500 up into that 4,520 area. If that zone holds, then we could see some more upside into the I won't say next week, but or into the next couple weeks after that. Now, if it does break down this zone, it does have some volume to eat through, but there's a good chance that we go down and visit this POC at 4320. Same with the ES. ES looks real similar. While it did break new highs, it didn't break them by a lot. Not like the NASDAQ did. And remember, it is earnings season right now, so just be aware of that and watch any major news announcements that are coming out or earnings announcements. Either be hedged on that or just know where they are. Especially if they're a large stock like a FANG stock on the NASDAQs and stuff. So we did make new highs, not by a lot. Again, we have some cleaning up to do up here. We did try to close on the highs. And we just fell short by a little bit. The zone down here is 2125 down into the 2115 area. It's a 10-point zone. We really like that to hold right now. If that does break, there's a gap down here. It'll probably get filled around that 2095. and then of course the next target from there would be 2054. So right now though, the path of least resistance is still to the upside. No need to fight that thing. However, it's tough to get long up here. We're gonna have to wait for a pullback. On the Russell, we want to see a little bit more of a pullback. We do have a minor support here in this area. You could just call it 1166 up in the 1170 area. Very minor support. To us, that's not a big enough area to get long in. So we're going to wait for a bigger area where there's a lot of volume. Down here, that 1133 to 1146 area is a nice area to keep a watch on with risk just below that. Other than that, again, the Russell, it did poke its head above the previous week's high. Nothing to really write home about. Sort of a balanced week here with some cleaning up to do to the upside. Actually, really need to clean up this bottom side too. So we need to see some more two-sided trading and a little bit more volatility come in the market. Hopefully we can get down and get a chance to get long this market. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the commodities then. Crude oil is still working very well for us. We've been following this. If you have not seen what we've been working on here with crude oil, go back and watch our videos. They're all posted on our website. We talk about this trade that we were in up from this 50 point. First major target was this 45. And now we are working down into the 43, which is our next, so we're only 74 points away until we got a bounce late into the session today. Obviously, we want to see this thing stay below this zone of 46.50 into that 47 area. Above the 47, we could roll back up, make new highs. At this point, we believe they're going to go down into 43, possibly poke in to this 40, just about 42 or just below 42, the 41.15 area. That would be an area that we'd be looking to get long at. But for now, it's working well. If you are in this trade, be sure to control risk. Pull stops down, take profits, trim and trail, as they say, and lock that good profit in. You earned it. All right, as far as gold is concerned, Goldie is selling off nicely. It's on almost uniform sell. Sort of odd. We were hoping for a little bit more of a slide here, but they did poke it down. Now they ran it back up into the range of the previous week, but and they're still in that range. We still believe that the zone down here is the 1295 area, down in that 1285 area. We like that zone. That's an opportunity for us to establish a new long position and see if we can go out and take those highs. And we have a target up here ultimately at the 1395 area. So right now we'll sit and wait and see what happens. Again, this zone is 1285 into that 1295 area. All right, the euro. This is one we've been talking about for 2 weeks. The euro went sideways. Mario Draghi came out and spoke this week. They had some decisions to make, and here we are. We went we had a big balancing week here 4 weeks ago, an inside and double inside, which when you have a double inside, it's almost guaranteed it's going to break. Sure enough, it did break. It went ahead and broke the previous 2 weeks, or actually 3 weeks. And it finished on its lows. So we knew it was going to break out. We were expecting a little bit more fireworks in here, but no dice on that. There is a little bit of a resistance here with this trend line. However, we like the zone down here at 1086 in that 1082 area. That's an area we want to look to establish maybe some longs. If they reverse it back up prior to that, we're looking to the zone up above here. Of course, it's the 1131 area and the 1135 area. But, so far so good. This thing's just working its way down. We'll see how it reacts down here in our zone and see if we can control our risk into that. And then lastly, but the bonds. The bonds are still working off nicely. If you did get in this trade, we did not. Of course, it did not trigger for us, but the more aggressive trader could have gotten into this trade. It's working very nicely. We hit the first target. Now we've created a zone here. We're looking at this zone. We want we want this zone to hold down the notes. If this zone holds the notes down, then we have a great opportunity to get down in the 130.27 area, which correlates with the a point of control on this larger profile. We really like that opportunity. If you have not established a position here as a small zone to do that, the risk reward is beautiful on this. We will keep an eye out on this at the coming week, especially with FOMC. Now remember, on FOMC week, we typically have a decent Monday. Tuesday, as the meeting starts, the volumes will drop even lower. It's hard to believe they're even lower than what they could be. And then, of course, the day of the announcement, which is Wednesday, we typically get a one-sided move, which usually means they do a head fake in the morning and then go the other direction the rest of the time into the meeting announcement. Now, typically, again, it's not something to trade off of, but typically they have a long bullish type of trend in the morning on a Wednesday before the announcement. But we'll have to see. Things change constantly, and we'll work it accordingly. But remember, if you do have positions going into that FOMC announcement, it's best to either get out of the position, cover your position, or make sure you have a plan to hedge or protect that position after the announcement, because it can and has been known to be very volatile. All right, lastly, guys, the corn. We said, hey, listen, corn has an opportunity to get down, break these lows, and clean it up here at the 345. Sure enough, they did that this week. If you remember, we had the USDA report, excuse me. They popped it up here pretty good off of that, and then they absolutely just sold it, and it's just been straight down from there. Took out those lows and kept going. Did try to rally into the session today, and it looked like it rallied pretty nicely. However, we're looking for the $3.46 to hold down the market right now. We believe it would, after this move, this is crazy. We've seen some pretty decent volatility here from beginning of May at the breakout. Actually, the breakout hadn't actually happened back in I guess this would be early April, late March, and then we had off of this flag. Let me draw this right here so you guys can see this. So we had this flag right here, which was a 4-week flag after a breakout of right here. We broke out, we flagged, and then we had this nice move to the upside here. After that upside, we had the longs absolutely got crushed here. This was sort of a weird move because planting was pretty good, rain was ample, and corn with the genetics today, corn is very hardy in the United States, so this was a little weird that we would see this big move up here, especially off of solid planting in May, and then it just got absolutely crushed, which makes sense because there's ample right now supply in the market, or they're predicting it into the fall harvest here. So get rid of that. So right now it doesn't surprise us, but with these big moves right here and taking out the lows of this consolidation here, we believe that this could just consolidate and go sideways in here until the actual harvest begins, and then based on what's coming in from the harvest and the new reports, then obviously we'll get some volatility back into corn. So for now, there's nothing really to do in corn that we see other than just wait, enjoy the rest of the summer. Other than that, guys, that's all I got. I hope everybody's having a good trading week. If you're struggling with the low volatility, listen, sometimes not having a position is a trade, and just remember that. There's lots of things you can do during this time frame. For one, enjoy your family, go out and take a vacation. 3 would be to come in here to the Market Profile Trading Academy, look up these videos, read some of the articles in here. We do have webinars. We have one coming up this week, so if you're not registered, go ahead and get on our mailing list, get the free the 7 Secrets to Trading Success. Put your email in there. We're not going to sit there and bug you and spam you. We will let you know if we have webinars. We have one coming up this week. They're very educational. Take this time to get educated, to work on your trading, whether it be your plan or your overall trading success. And you can't force trades if they're not there. Best thing you do is sit on the sidelines and be patient, stalk your trades. Other than that, guys, have a great weekend, and we will see you next week. Take care.